I'm just so distracted. I can't study anymore. I mean, it's the end of my freshman year, and I still haven't found the perfect guy. I mean, this is just confusing me. And I can't study for finals anymore. That's it. I can't study for finals until I figured out who I wanted to be.
Where am I from? I'm from Paris, France, oui oui.
From Trier, Prussia. What up, Prussia? Prussia! Yeah, I'm from Trier.
Where am I from? I myself hail from the great city of Athens, in Greece, which ultimately is the birthplace of the mind.
I don't go to school anymore, but I was educated at l'École Normale Supérieure University for higher learning in France.
I went to school. Well, yeah, I went to school. I went to a couple different schools actually. I went to the U of Bonn for a while. That was pretty ballin'. I was actually president of the Trier Tavern Club. Yeah, they made me praise. What up, Marty? Yeah, my Veep right there. Yeah, I was the president of the Tavern Club, but you know, the grades took a little bit of a hit there for a little while. I was out, you know, hitting up tavern after tavern, and so I had to transfer out, and I went to Frederick Wilhelm's Universität. Not bad, not bad. Chicks, you know, we got nothing on you, Prussia babes. That's right, you know.
I did not go to a specific school, per se, but rather I learned from the great philosopher Socrates, one of the greatest minds this world has ever known. But also, I myself have founded the Academy in Athens, where many young minds have come to be molded and to be shaped, to be formed to that which is pure.
What do you do in your spare time?
Free time I love to philosophize. I also love to reject Nobel Peace Prizes. And oh yes, I like having lifelong love affairs with feminist authors.
My free time, you know, I have a lot of free time. I like to philosophize, write down manifestos, and, you know, I like to get my party on a little bit, get my beer on.
As I say, my fellow intellectuals and I spend much of our time discussing and debating and expanding our mental capacities through open discussion about what is the meaning of life and other such questions. Although, I must say, few are up to par.
What's your ideal date?
My ideal date? May I just say that on a date, two people aren't really together. We're all in isolation. There's no community here. My ideal date though, it's such a burden to make choices. But we are burdened with making a choice, so I'm not sure, I'm sorry, but I'm just not sure.
My ideal date for me would be, first, probably go out, hit up a couple of taverns, get a little crunk, then, maybe uprise against the bourgeoisie. Good night.
Ideal date. My ideal date would begin with a stroll through the beautiful city in Athens. Possibly walking under the Acropolis. Maybe catching a production of theater in one of the many venues. But mostly, I would just want to get to know the lady. To get to know her mind. And through that, know her soul.
What do you look for in a woman?
My ideal date? It would be to spend time with people with whom are very close to me and whom I enjoy. Please do not misunderstand me though, for I am not one of those hicks from Kentucky or Virginia who indulges in physical pleasure with one of their relatives. No, while I bar none from having a close relationship with me and spending time and passing it with me, I look for a relationship with a woman with whom a deep, chaste friendship can be developed.
What do I look for in a woman? Just ask Simone de Beauvoir.
What do I look for in a woman? I'd have to say first, a strong liver and a high alcohol capacity. Second would be firm childbearing hips. I myself have 7 children. I'm looking for a couple more. So.
Oh my gosh. What is the chief end of man?
About chief end of man, I'd say it's to rise up in class. Gotta keep moving on up in the world, you know what I mean?
Meaning of life is best summed up in my Phaedo, where I say that the philosopher is attempting to die while he is alive, and to give up the material pleasures so that one's mind is free to wander about the contemplation of different forms, and through this, all other aspects of our lives, life, emotions, and everything else, are then controlled by the newly freed mind.
You asked me what the chief end of man is. Let me tell you that we've been abandoned by God. All we can do is make something of ourselves here. Time I like to travel around the world. I like philosophizing, especially with communist and socialist philosophers. And I also like, again, rejecting Nobel Peace Prizes and having lifelong love affairs.
You know, like I mentioned before, I grow fine beards, write manifestos, get my party on.
Spare time, I try to think about the form of the good in its most perfect essence.
Well, first of all, we must understand that everyday objects, they are planned and produced by somebody. But we as people, we make ourselves. Meaning, we are defined by our actions. So therefore, I wouldn't waste my time watching stupid movies because that would not define the person I want to be. The most important thing to me, and it should be the most important to you, else I don't want to date you, is to search for the meaning in life. Oui. When I make a choice, I choose for all of humanity. I want a woman like that too, who will take that responsibility and carry it on her shoulders. The meaning of life is to find meaning in life. We have to make our own meaning. We are all free to make our own meaning.
Tough question. A real tough question. And I have to say that the meaning of life is, well, the history of all existing society is simply a class struggle. A class struggle between the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. And let me tell you something. Proletariat is on the rise. Look for him on the up and up, I'll tell you what. People are defined by one thing and one thing only in this life. And that's class. I'm all about the class. You hear that? If you want to date with me, I'm looking for a classy chick. Class struggle. I mean, if you want to find out more about me, I mean, I've published a manifesto before. Me and my bro, Friedrich Engels. What up, F. Dot? Yeah. Me and Freddie, we were here broing out in Paris one day. We're like, bro, let's put together a communist manifesto. So, you know, we did. Got kind of big. You might have heard of it before. It's the Communist Manifesto. Might want to check that out.
Are being ruled by two horses. One being the unruly horse. The unruly horse represents the appetitive desires, the lusting thoughts of our bodies, and that our minds have for things of this world. The well-behaved horse, on the other hand, represents the spirited desires, or the courageous or brave actions, that are the noblest ideas. Our mind would then be the driver, and using our mind, we must learn to control both, so that our chariot is able to achieve the best possible outcome. Good is ultimately about the forms, and the form of goodness, which is the cause of whatever is right and good. And ultimately, the truth which causes intelligence must be defined through these forms.